Okay, burn it all down.
Burn it all down, restart, uninstall Minecraft.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Hello, welcome to the second Q&A that we just decided to do for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I got the questions up here.
It's true.
Let me
Dope.
how about we take turns going through the questions? We're gonna do all the serious-ish questions first, and then the funny questions last, maybe.
Makes sense.
Alright, the Ghost of JFK asks, are there still plans for a Smash-style fighting game involving characters from your games? Well, Andy?
Boy, I remember speculating about that with you once, because there was a game engine for making games of that sort that seemed beginner friendly.
Yeah, this was actually quite recent. We were because I don't know, I saw that on Twitter. Yeah, they had a very simple, super cute pixel art game engine for Smash-style games. But this was a long time ago. I remember joking, if we had a Smash-style game, and it was mostly a joke. We didn't ever have plans for it. It would be a fun thing to do, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, maybe, but I wouldn't hold your breath. We have other projects to work on.
Yeah. Alright, dude, you pick the next question.
All right, I'm gonna just go down the list because I got square brain.
Alright.
So, Mrs. Dreamless, aka Patch's Voice, asks, was it intentional that Mittens is the most complex of the Purrfect Apawcalypse cast outside of Patches? If not, what were you hoping to achieve with the character?
That's so funny, because I don't think Mittens is very complex. I feel I wrote Mittens to be, sort of a villain, but then, they realize, they're being a dumb bitch, and they're oh, okay, fine, I guess I won't be racist against dogs. But I guess maybe villains often come across they're more complex than they actually are. I think, if my plans for the character was just, just to be, the bully. I guess, a stereotypical bully. I feel there was probably more thought put into it that I don't remember now. But I'll put all these bees. What do you think of Mittens?
Dang, I don't remember Mittens being, super duper complex. I mean, their design was, very cute, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't have said that they're, the most complex outside of Patches, unless I missed something.
Yeah, I think... No, Mittens just likes fucking with people. Aside from Patches, yeah, they're a cutie. I feel Angel is more complex than Mittens, or even Coco.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Or Ginger. Actually, Ginger is I don't know. I really like Gingers. Holy shit! There's so many fucking bees.
No, there's a perfect amount of bees.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, Ginger's a wonderful character, I would say.
Yeah.
Definitely have their high and low points. There's a lot to unpack. They really develop over the games.
Yeah.
Ginger's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, how does magic work in the PA universe, and can any animal use it? If yes, then why are cats the main magic users, and if no, why can Sparky and Patches use it? So, when going through the dialogue of PA2, I, came across some dialogue that, explained magic a little bit, where, Coco has, a line where she mentions, oh, if Sparky uses the wand and uses it wrong, he could... it could backfire on him, literally, he could set himself on fucking fire, or something like that. Dogs are just not good at magic. They can do, very simple things, and she mentions this, set fires, which he does to the portal, so that's, the extent of his magic ability is, essentially using a wand as a lighter, which is not, a huge amount of skill. So I think that's the extent to which, some dogs could use magic, but I'd say, most cats will be better at it. If not for environmental reasons, going to school for it, then just, I don't know, because it's in their bloodline or some stupid shit like that. Yeah.
I'm down with that.
Yep. Alright, your turn.
The next question is from Green Eggs and Ham. And they ask, can I have a hug?
Oh, well, I guess... if you ask so politely, sure. I do love hugging eggs and ham, getting the yolks just juiced out.
No. I will not hug green eggs and ham.
Do you like hugs, Andy?
I don't know. I haven't even, hugged my parents in a hot minute because of COVID.
Oh.
I would give you a hug after we both get negative results from a COVID test and then isolate after the COVID test. I'll hug you in a few months.
Yeah. You'll hug me when I'm dead.
Yes, exactly.
If Kooky and Cody ended up blowing up in popularity similar to PA, would you be okay with people making OCs based off the gods of the series? Also, the gray board emoji is a very satisfying emote to use as someone who's been waiting for the full non-demo release of the series for a while. Yo, yeah, absolutely. Make your cool kid sonas, make your loser sonas, your god sonas.
Yeah. Nothing gives us more strength than seeing people like make fan content of any sort. I don't know. Well, like, you know, the good sorts. But yeah, it's like wonderful to see all the fan creations. It gives us strength every day.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about making video games is that, I mean, I guess you could do it with like any medium. Like people make their gem sonas all the time. But like with video games, I feel like it's especially nice because the player really helps make the story. Like you guys decide when something happens and whatnot. I like games.
It's true.
Yeah.
Good way of putting it.
All right, your turn.
Yeah, the next question is from Beanie May. Hearts. Does giving you a fist bump make you feel better?
I mean, you know, ideally no contact with the fist at this moment. But if the time were right, sure, I do dig a fist bump, a little elbow bump even.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's a nice middle ground of human contact between like high fives and hugs.
Not gonna lie, I miss hugs, but I think it's because I've been deprived of them for a while.
Yeah, it's like...
And it's funny because I wouldn't consider myself to be a huggy person.
Yeah, getting a hug is like pretty special nowadays. It's I mean, getting a hug from like random peeps, of course, like, you hug my wife.
Yeah.
Bless.
Bless, you have the source of hugs in the household.
Yes, I'm not deprived of hugs.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Who was your favorite PA character to write or draw? I liked Ginger, I'd say. I like her hair the most, and also like her. I like writing her character too. She's just kind of elegant, but like in a shy, cute way. Yeah. What's your favorite character,
That's awesome.
Andy?
I really like Brownie.
Yeah, yeah, you do.
I don't know why. It's like visually, I really like. I don't know, everything Brownie does. I just like burst into tears. Like the first time you drew her with like an apron, I was like, oh, she in the kitchen.
She in the kitchen.
Thank God.
Oh,
she's doing her best.
She's doing such a good job. Oh my God, yeah, I remember.
I was like literally crying
when I drew her with the crying face in her apron.
I was like, the cake didn't turn out.
You straight up like set it at as your phone background, I think.
I did.
I think that I can't remember. I thought you asked me if I could send you the picture of her like with the crying face because you saw the sprite sheet and she had like a crying face but no apron. You're like, can I see her in the apron and also with her sad face? It was just really like precious.
Yeah, I don't know. Everything Brownie does just makes me like burst into flames. I can't handle it at all. Holy fucking cow.
All right.
The next question is from Laura the Tall Handsome Dalmatian. Will you make more wallpapers or drawings of PA characters in the future?
Hey, get me to wait. What was my next goal on Patreon? Whatever. Get me to $250 a month on Patreon. We'll talk. I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so like the first wallpaper was because we had reached the first goal on Patreon, which I never thought that I'd get to do. So that's nice. Thanks.
Yay.
Yeah, but like yeah, if there's like a huge demand for it, then and it made it worth its while. I feel bad for saying like, oh, I need a certain amount of money to like do this because sometimes I'll just out of the blue like draw a cancer olive for like no money. So who knows? Maybe I'll feel like doing it for free. Or if I feel like making prints and stuff, it'd be fun.
Yeah.
To answer your question, I don't know. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Okay. Next one. How do pets work in PA? Are they like slaves if you have a dog or a cat pet, or do they not exist? Okay, Andy, what's your theory on this? On pets in PA?
Boy, my theory is that you have to like go an order of magnitude of intelligence down a step in order for pets to make sense in PA. So they can have pets, but their pets are bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can have, like, the crickets
Yeah.
in
That
those
was
cages.
that was like sort of like what my headcanon is. I don't want to state like canons on things that like don't happen in the games because they make a joke about pets in the games, but like this is kind of for funnies. But yeah, my theory is like it's like having monkeys and humans in the same universe. Like it's not weird to have. Well, I mean, it is weird to have a pet monkey because you're a psychopath. If you do, they'll tear your fingers off. But they are
I wouldn't do it.
the bugs of the human world, and much like that, I guess dogs would be the bugs of the PA world, as in like animal type dogs versus anthropomorphic type dogs. Yeah.
So, like, people can have... Are there, like... Wait, hold on. I'm
Okay,
missing
oh,
stuff.
yeah,
Is there, like, non-anthropomorphized dogs in the PA universe? Or
I would
something?
imagine there would be,
That's so interesting.
because like I never drew it, but I've there's a hamster that shows up, there's a snake that shows up, and I think I've said before that like there are other anthropomorphic animals, like Lunch Lady Piggy is a pig. She never shows up, but she's mentioned.
I think the most honest answer to this question might be, like, we will do... Or, like, we would probably do whatever, like, served the story the best.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe that's your
Yeah.
call, though, I would say.
Oh no, I think I agree with you. Yeah, the first priority is making sure that the story works, and then the second priority is just to make it as fun for like people who want to theorize as possible. So it'd be more fun for it to be possible that there are pets than for it to be like, nah, pets don't exist. Like, Pancake shows up in PA. So if we want to get real
True.
deep and like speculate on shit that like doesn't matter to the story, then like yeah, sure, pets exist.
Sure. Well put, doggo.
All right, okay, so next question is from Comb. How does it feel knowing that the whole world has suffered a massive pandemic that has single-handedly ruined everybody's plans for over a year now? Oh, wait, no, did I already ask I think I asked the last question. I think this was supposed to be... Okay, whatever. It doesn't really matter because we're both answering.
Yeah.
But what do you think to that question?
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I think that it's been bad for the economy.
Bad for the economy, but good for people buying houses right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's had, like, certain benefits. I mean, like, I've had a lot more time to work on, like, personal projects and stuff, so I think introverts might be, like, thriving. But, yeah, my hottest take is that, in general, bad for the economy. It's kind of a bummer.
Bad for the economy. Also bad, just in general for, like, human life. If you want to, like, not be put in a ventilator, like, oh, it's not great for that, if that's your goal.
Yeah, it's a really surreal thing to live through, and I've just been, like, very nervous about, like, the health of the peeps in my life, and I've been trying to be, like, super careful, so I miss people. I miss spending money on dumb things and watching sports in bars and buying overpriced shit.
Oh, dude, hell yeah. I really miss movie theaters. I miss watching Cats. I can't believe it.
I can't believe you watched Cats. That's funny.
And that was... who would have thought that in that moment that would have been, like, the good times? I would look back on that and be like, yeah, you know what? I wish I was back there.
That's so funny. I watched the Sonic movie with Chelsea, like, a month ago. And we finished watching and we were like, wow, that was dog shit. And and then I turned to her and I say, like, this was the highest grossing superhero movie last year. This is the cream of the crop. You should be grateful. And then she punched me in the arm. It was a nice moment.
That sounds beautiful. Alright, what's the next one?
I'll read it. Yep. So Pyrotechnic asked, what was the scariest part about developing all of the games you've made?
Okay.
You go and then I go.
The scariest part was like, I guess, okay. Probably when I was working on PA1, like you were back in college, you'd like finish your year of like working and you were back in the fucking thick of it. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to wait until I decide to like do game development. So I'm going to learn how to do some programming and make some music and make PA1. And I chose like the most stressful. I don't know why. I really wanted to make something super gory, and I thought that people would think I was like a freak for it. But then you playing over the game actually really like calmed me when you played the game, or at least looked over the script, and you were very supportive about it. And I thought, like, you know what, Andy is like the most normal guy I know, and if he's not freaked out by this, then I think I might be okay. But I think putting out like the first PA1 was Scary? Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely like a shift in tone and theme from stuff that we've developed in the past. So that was kind of a leap. That's a good way of putting that for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And also just like not knowing like how to program, or even like I still felt very new to game development. Yeah. Well, how about you?
I think you've done like extremely well though.
Oh,
Holy
thank
cow.
you.
As for me, I sort of have like two big things that I sort of grapple with when developing games.
They mainly center around like Panel Royale, because that's sort of my baby. But the first thing is like, what's a good way of putting this? I have trouble with like presenting my work to the world because I get like very nervous about it being like perfect, and receiving like harsh critique on things kind of makes me like nervous. And I'm working on this. But I remember like probably the hardest thing was when it was like a year ago. I was just releasing like Panel Royale on Crazy Games for the first time, and I was setting up the Discord, and I was like trying to build up like some attention to the game. And I was just like so nervous about like any like sort of disaster scenario that could have happened. Like, oh, what if there's like a really critical bug? What if like people hack the shit out of it and make it like unplayable? What if it doesn't scale well and the multiplayer like sucks ass? What if the game like breaks? I was super nervous about just anything under the sun. I was like really terribly nervous, and like having the Discord and getting all like that spotlight kind of on myself. It's not like something that I deal with super well.
Yeah.
I'm more of like programmer in a cave kind of person.
Dude, yeah. Like you're definitely, I don't know, I feel like, I guess like the way like some game devs are, like Andrew Hussey is not super secretive like anymore, but I feel like back during the Homestuck days, like he was very much like the kind of behind the scenes guy. Nobody knew anything about him. He was enigmatic, and like the thing that he made was way more important than who he was. I think, well actually, no, he was kind of, I don't know. Yeah, you would definitely be like the artist behind like the big art, and people would remember the art before the artist, and that would be your preference.
Yeah, exactly. I'd prefer to just be like the weird enigmatic creator who doesn't really have to show his face much. All I do is just like create the work, and people just talk about the work independent of me. I think would make me happy.
Yeah. And
the second thing that's kind of scary for me is like when I took some time away from developing stuff last year to work on like my personal site and just sort of focus on like my real life job. And again, this year I'm like building a greenhouse, and I haven't done many updates for Panel Royale in a minute, and I just get nervous that people are just gonna like I feel like I'm putting not enough effort towards game development, so that makes me kind of nervous.
Aw, I feel like that's like something a lot of creators feel online, is like if you're not like, I don't know, growing online, you're dying. Like, if you're, I don't know, if you're not growing, you're dying, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's totally the feeling I get, and it kind of scares me a bit.
Yeah. Oh man, it sucks because I feel like you're doing a good thing for yourself personally, like not like putting, I don't know, what people might think online before your real life needs, which maybe you do want to have a greenhouse done by the time you're like 30, and I think that's totally reasonable.
Thank you.
Yeah, and a fun thing to do, and maybe like, you know, a good thing for your life. Maybe not like, I don't know, you don't always have to put like 90% first, but
yeah,
when you do,
thanks. That means
rad.
a lot, but yeah, 90% is like hugely important to me.
Oh
so.
hell yeah. Aw.
This is a lot to juggle. Thanks for understanding.
Dude, no problem. It's like, I don't know, it's always nice hearing that like you care about 90% studios, so long as it's not to the extent that you will feel guilty. Although a little bit of guilt is, I guess, is normal, and I won't get on your case for that. Alright, cool.
Just a smidge.
Alright, the next one is, what are you most excited about with Cool Kid Cody? What challenges have you set yourselves? Okay, so for Cool Kid Cody, it almost feels in some ways like more simple compared to like the PA series. After I've gone through like the old terrible programming of PA2 and PA1, it's just like, oh, Cool Kid Cody is like clean and efficient as shit. And like Andy actually just today or last night like helped me or built like a new sort of like code for like inventory for it to like work centered and shit like that. But anyway, just it's really nice just seeing everything get cleaned up. It's kind of like when you're organizing your pantry and you're like trying to figure out like, what do I use the most? I'm gonna put that on the bottom shelf so I can reach it easier. And it sounds dumb, but I really like organizing things in such a way that I'm thinking about myself in the future and what will make things easier. That's like the funnest part of Kooky Cody right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but I guess as for challenges, I think it's a little bit scary trying to live up to maybe like the standard that PA has set, because I feel like PA went way better than I thought it was going to. And I don't know, I shouldn't care. I should just like make something, and if people who are into PA aren't attracted to Kooky Cody, I should just be okay with that, because what matters is that I'm making something that is like fun, that I've always wanted to make. But that is a small worry of mine.
I think that rocks. Like, every time you make a game, you get better at making games, and I think it's awesome that you're going to be able to make Cool Kid Cody with the experience of years that like you've accumulated making games.
Yeah.
And I know like every time there's like a Drawtober, or you're making like just fun doodles, it's always going back to Cool Kid Cody. It's something that's been on your mind for so long, and I think it's nice that like we finally have the experience and tools at our disposal to make it like properly, or at least close to it, as perfect as we could.
Yeah, I actually totally agree with you. I don't think I could have done this in a different order. Like, I cared about like the story so much, like from starting it in college for like my graduation project, and we have the tools under our belt to give it the time and effort it deserves now. Oh, yes, pumpkin.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a bonus.
Oh, that's kind of nice. Okay. Okay, I think next one's for you.
Yeah, I got the hottest question.
Yeah.
The thing that everybody wants to know. Ghostic Molestical also oh my god, Ghostic Molestic also Brownie, I guess, asks, do dogs need a permit to buy eggs?
Alright, Andy, do you know the origins of this question?
I do not.
Okay, so the origins, I think, is from this, I don't know how true it is, but like apparently if you give a dog an egg, it will not give you it back. It will keep it in its mouth until it fucking rots.
Oh.
Yeah.
What? That's weird. Okay.
It sounds really weird, but now I want to test it, but at the same time I feel like I shouldn't, because what if I don't get the egg out of the dog?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I remember like someone asking me this in the server about like in Perfect Apocalypse, like what happens if you give a dog an egg? If you give Brownie an egg, will she just keep it in her mouth and just like never give it back?
No.
So I guess like eggs should be banned, but then again they show up in PA3, so perhaps the egg is the bigger poison than the chocolate. Who knows?
Oh, you know what could be a thing?
What?
In the PA universe? Maybe they have like a lot of childhood after school specials about putting eggs in your mouth, and it's sort of got the same vibe as like touching like electrical outlets. Like, don't put forks in the outlet, don't put eggs in your mouth. And it's just something that's ingrained in everybody since childhood.
Oh my god, that's really funny.
I don't even know.
Damn. Oh man, you know how there's like always a bunch of posters in like the backgrounds of like the hallways and shit? I should have put that on a poster, like don't put eggs in your mouth, like in the kitchen. Now like, that'd be really funny. In hindsight, that'd be the one thing that I would improve with the PA3.
We found it with the one flaw.
Yeah, the one flaw. I'll be sure to update that when I put it on Steam.
Totes.
Okay, from Tycho. If you could choose one song that you think would fit PA or CKC, what would it be?
Oh, I think you might have cut out a bit.
Oh, shit. Alright, let me say that again. Tycho says, if you could choose one song that you think would fit PA or CKC, what would it be?
Ooh. You first.
Okay. So for Kooky Cody, I actually had like a little playlist of songs that would inspire me for like the writing and stuff. So there's this one song by EcoSmith called Cool Kids, which is very fitting. And it's just about wanting to be a cool kid. So, yeah. For Perfect Apocalypse, I don't know. Fucking Yan Cat. God, all I can think of is Doki Doki Literature Club. Like the ending theme.
Holy cow.
Where Monica sings. Okay, how about you?
I think that'd be fitting.
Yeah.
For Perfect Apocalypse, I'm not sure if I could pick like a specific song, but I think some of the stuff by like Graham
Kartna. He's sort of this like weird. What's the best way to describe his music? It's sort of like 90s wave, old Windows operating system esque computers. Actually, maybe that'd be better for Cool Kid Cody.
Yeah, I was just
maybe
thinking.
a song from that guy could. Yeah, wait, this sounds really Cool Kid Cody. Yeah, doing one of his songs, I think, in either of the games could work out okay. I can't remember songs' names off the top of my head because I got square brain, but yeah.
Dude, you should send me some of his music after the stream.
Yeah, I'll hit you up.
Yeah.
Inspiration.
Yeah, maybe I'll put it in the when this is a YouTube video. I'll put it in the description too, so y'all can get a little listen.
Yeah, totes.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
All right, that's fair. That's cool. Okay. Cohen asks, spicy question for Andy. Do you have any more game ideas that you want to develop besides Panel Royale?
Ooh, beyond Panel Royale, I think the kind of game that I'm still hyped about making are simple, easy to access online games. Like, I guess Survive.io got like way more complicated, but Survive.io, Scribble.io, kind of like Pictionary online with your friends, simple games online with friends that just enable people to jump in and play a game together really quickly. Making stuff like that makes me really happy because it's very educational for me to make as a programmer, but it's not like a life-ending amount of work. And seeing people like come together and play games like that makes me really happy. So maybe something of that ilk. But honestly, I don't have any ideas. And I think at the end of the day, the most fun thing for me to make would just be like a game where Denny and I are doing like 50-50 on the work again.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was like really fun. Like, I don't know, like with the Cool Kid Cody like demo, even though it didn't turn out like the way we wanted to, that was like an amazing experience. Like just like learning how to do game stuff and like talking to you about it.
Yes. Yeah. See, I missed that. We should do something like that.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. If I were to do like another game, I don't think I would do another visual novel. I think Cool Kid Cody, like it'll definitely, it's like my baby. Like I gotta do it, and I feel like visual novel point and click format works best for it. But after that, I feel like I would definitely want to do something like more like heavy on the game mechanics and like interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think my final answer to this question would be I'm gonna finish making Panel Royale on mobile. Denny, I imagine, will be spending the next several months working on Cool Kid Cody, and then maybe if we're super lucky, we'll finish around the same time and new project immediately.
Yes. Yeah. There's no rest for the wicked, baby.
You gotta keep going constantly.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, I think we have a problem, Andy.
Yeah, no, we've been doing this like nonstop since high school. Like sometimes we never have time when we're not working on like projects. Like we come up with the next project before we're finished the current.
Yeah,
project.
no,
It's,
straight up, like I can't. It's a problem.
I love it though. We gotta keep it going.
Yeah, I like it. I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay. Underkeepy Gaming asks, are there guns in PA considering there are knives in the PA universe? Guns. Did a gun ever? I don't think a gun ever showed up in the games.
I don't recall.
I imagine.
They're police.
Are there police? Let me think. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say that like guns probably do exist, but they're probably very well regulated because I don't know.
It's Canada.
It's Canada, yeah. It's a fucking social democracy. Okay, we ain't fucking no concealed carry here. Okay, no worries.
Boom.
Boom. Okay, next question. What is it?
The Stringer asks, is Doge in the PA universe?
Oh. And then if Doge was in the PA universe, would he be a sentient dog or just a dog?
Oh, damn. I gotta leave this up to you, man.
Oh, dude.
This is too heavy for me to call.
All right, Doge is shit. Okay, Doge is a celebrity sentient dog who is Brownie's hero because he is a corgi that is round and very talented.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
She has posters of him on her wall. She's like, Doge, look at the. God. If only I could be as beautiful as Doge.
Just an icon.
Yeah. Doge is the Lizzo of the PA universe. He's for body positive.
All over my computer.
Yeah.
Body positivity, yo, get out of here. That's like canon. These are the upgrades to PA3 we gotta do. Just work this in there somehow.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, next question.
That rocks.
Yeah, hell yeah. Olive asks, do you have a time frame to when Cody will be done? So I had like a very strict time frame put into place like last year, but it was too strict, and so I like pushed it so I could do other shit, like revamp PA1 and put stuff on Steam and stuff. The way that it was gonna work was it was gonna be kind of like a, because I really miss like the time of the 2000s where you would watch like cartoons in the morning, like Saturday morning cartoons. So I wanted to get all the production for Cody done and then post one level every Saturday morning for like a semester of school, so that people who are in school could be like, oh, I'm gonna look forward to my Saturday morning visual novel episode or some shit like that. So the time frame would probably be like, if I was to post like as early as possible, it would be the start of the next semester, probably like an American semester. But that we'll have to see. That would give me a couple months actually to finish up all the production, and pretty much all the art is done. I just have to do all the writing and like figure shit out. But things always take longer than I think they will, so I don't want to come out and just say like, yeah, it's definitely gonna come out like September or whatever the first day of the next semester is.
Love your idea though with the episodic releases.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll have to like figure out how that's gonna work and like monetization, and I feel like it'll probably be posted like, you know, the way that like Little Nightmares did DLC, like you can buy a season pass and you get access to all the DLC on Steam. Probably something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I imagine you gotta have enough content up front so that people who buy it on the outset don't feel like upsetty spaghetti about the money they spent for the value they got.
Yeah, absolutely. Alternatively, I could do it so that like kind of like with, what the heck was it called? Like, you know, in the Homestuck, they have like the visual novels and they're called like Pester Friends or some shit like that. Pester
Quest.
Pester Quest, yeah. And I think one episode of that is just like $1 or something cheap like that. You could just do like that, and then like, yeah, just make it real cheap per. Anyway.
Yeah, that could totally work.
Yeah. All right, what's next?
8Bait asks, will any of the PA characters be fleshed out further in any way?
Not intentionally, just through doodles, or if you guys ask me funny questions like, hey, how thick is fucking Sparky's ass? And I might flesh that out, pun intended, with, I don't know.
Could you answer that question, please? You know, how thick is it?
How thick do we be? What's the circumference? What's the fucking gravitational pull of Sparky's ass?
What's my man's measurements?
My man's measurements. Well, let me tell you, it's anywhere between the size of a golf ball and the size of the fucking sun, baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's got great range.
Great range. Yeah, it fluctuates. It's normal. He's got like 50,000 different sizes of pants.
Damn. Fashion icon.
Is this fleshing the characters out? Is this the kind of fleshing out that y'all want?
It's just like you've opened Pandora's box up.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Ironically, this probably is what they want.
Yeah. That'd be so funny. No, I don't think I'm gonna, like, intentionally flesh out the characters. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Denny, a question. How long have you been doing animation for? I guess, like, I have been doing shitty animations since, like, high school. Yeah, I'd say, like, high school. And then, but I don't even know what would be considered a real animation at this point. I guess, yeah, I've been doing animation for as long as I've known Andy, actually. I think maybe a year before I met you. So since 2012, 2011. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right. Because, like, when we worked on Baking in Wallpapers, that was, like, your most ambitious project to date.
Yeah, I'd say that was, like, the first real animation I did. Before that, it was just a bunch of, like, little, like, doodle GIFs. Yeah.
Right. Epic, though.
Yeah. All right. What's next?
Artymation's Kiba asks, how do you feel about PA getting a bigger fan base this past year? And also, will we ever get an explanation on why Patches does what he does?
How does he do it? Why does he do it? How does he do it so well? So many questions.
It's like the tide. You can't explain that.
Yeah, it's just the fucking, you know, the sun sets when it sets and Patches will stab when he stabs. There's just no rhyme or reason for it. These are the laws of the universe. Okay. Yeah, okay, well, okay, so the first part of that question, about PA getting a bigger fan base this past year. I feel, like, happy about it. But I also feel, like, a little bit scared about it because, like, I don't know, I hear about other fandoms, like especially the Homestuck fandom, which I was like sort of a part of, but not like a huge. I wasn't very social as a teen, so I wasn't a huge part of it. But hearing about it, it sounded toxic, and I always thought like, I feel like maybe Hussey could have a better hand in this. Like he did call out people for being like absolutely rambunctious at fucking conventions and stuff, but I thought like maybe like creators can have a bigger part in like how their fandom behaves. So I thought like, oh, if I ever got a fandom, then like I would want to have like a big part in it. But now as it's growing bigger, I realize like, oh, that is just really not reasonable to ask like anyone to do. So whatever happens in the server, that is like the, I don't know, the range at which I will like try and get help the fandom not, I don't know, be too rambunctious. I don't think anybody's like a bad person, but I think that like when there's a huge room of people, shit's gonna happen.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling your sentiments. Like it's really tough to keep a wrangle, keep a handle on a Discord server of anything, especially with a game like Perfect Apawcalypse. But having a fun community like that is sort of like a blessing and a curse.
Oh yeah.
Because having a community where people are talking about your work is like so wonderful as a creator. Like gives you so much strength to see everybody just like excited about what you're doing. Gives you a lot of ambition and happiness. But also having to keep an eye on it is like a little bit stressful sometimes, especially like with all the raids.
Yeah,
it's like having a child.
Yeah, it's like, why are people like busting into my home and like, you know, yelling out slurs in this house with all these babies in here? Like, can you go do that in another house full of like precious babies? We gotta protect these beautiful like furries or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, no, I agree with that sentiment. Like, the good will always outweigh the bad when it comes to like the fandom for me. Like, it's really, I don't know. I never would have imagined like being able to just like watch y'all theorize on like Perfect Apawcalypse. That I always thought that was something that would like happen like behind closed doors. I would just be the creator, like the way that you think of like yourself and Panel Royale. Like I thought that I would also just be the ambiguous creator behind games, and people would always like know the games before they knew me, and I would never like interact with the fandom that closely. But this is really, it's really nice to be able to talk to people about the games.
It is really nice.
Yeah.
Such an engaged community.
Yeah. Y'all killing it with the fan stuff. Holy shit.
Big time.
Yeah. Alright. So, okay, the next one. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, will we ever get an explanation on why Patches does what he does? The explanation that you got was whatever was in the games. And then beyond that, I will let y'all theorize and extrapolate. Yeah. I think that's how I'll answer that.
Good one.
Yep. Okay. So Kona asks, adding to Artie's question, how do you feel about the volume of questions sent to you this time compared to last year's Q&A given the bigger audience? What you think?
I think it's dope.
Yeah.
It's like a really fun indicator of like how much you guys like care about what we're doing. But oh my god, we're gonna be answering questions for a hot minute here is what I can say. I'm sorry for the people who won't get their questions answered today.
Oh yeah, we might have to split this, or yeah, well, I'll have to cap this at I don't know how long you want to be answering questions for. What page? Oh yeah, there are 14 pages of this. Oh,
ooh,
bro, we're on fucking page 4. What the fuck? Okay, yeah. So we should set like a time cap for when you want to be done this year. So we're at 50 minutes so far, but we streamed like 15 minutes earlier. So how about we go for another like until we reach like an hour and a half?
Keep going for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. At least, yeah.
Yeah, hour and a half at least. And we'll see how we feel. Okay.
Sure. We should be like lightning rounding these questions a little more.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, okay. So, okay, about the volume of questions. It's whack. Like, it's cool that you guys are interested in what we do, and you have a bunch of, like, funny questions for us, and it's just, it's nice that y'all are engaged. Yeah.
Woohoo.
All right, that's it. Hey, what's next?
All right. We got a three-parter. I'm going to give these to you all rapid fire.
All right, let's go.
Bonk. Has your view on the fandom and its creations changed at all since the last video?
I feel like I am much better at handling disagreements in the server now. I think that's like, when I think about how I handle the fandom or like the server, it's, I don't know. It's mostly from the point of view of like, almost like, I don't know, like parenting almost. And I feel like I've become like a better parent, even though I feel like that's almost like a weird way of putting it. I'm not your guys' parent. But sometimes I feel like I want to be a good role model. I guess that's, a better word to choose is like, I feel like I've become like a more consistent role model. Whereas before I was like fucking
Yeah.
nervous as shit. All right, next.
How stressful is being the names behind PA?
Not as stressful as it used to be, honestly. I think I used to be way more stressed, but now, like, after putting PA1 on Steam and, like, seeing, I don't know, how clean it came out, like, I'm actually pretty proud of how it came out, and that means a lot. So,
Yeah, definitely.
it's actually less stressful because I've become more confident. Yeah.
Aw, that's really nice.
Yeah. Alright. Is there, okay.
Yeah, there's more. Is there one thing you wish you could go back and change or wish never happened pertaining to the game or its fan base?
Yeah, if I could change anything, well, actually, I actually don't even regret this, because I feel like at the start of the server, I was, like, very, I don't know, open to, like, helping people with their personal problems or, like, making, like, their problems my own. Whenever someone had, like, a little issue with, like, Perfect Apocalypse, I would go out of my way to, like, fix it and update it immediately, which is nice, but also, like, I think it came from, like, an unhealthy mindset that, like, I don't know, my time didn't belong to me necessarily. Now I feel like I have a better sense of, like, owning my time and, like, okay, if there's a problem, I'll get to it when I get to it, but I have to prioritize, like, myself first. I feel like I'm better at that now. So I actually would not go back and change too much, because I learned from things, so, yeah.
That's awesome. As for me, I kind of wish I had gotten into, like, streaming my work earlier, because I think I didn't stream for a long time because I was kind of nervous about how people would, like, view my process for developing games, but I recently learned that the chance of somebody actually being able to, like, properly critique your process when you're developing, like, a game on Twitch is, like, pretty low. And honestly, like, you only have more to learn, so I really shouldn't have been afraid of, like, showing my process to people, so yeah, I wish I'd streamed earlier.
Oh, yeah. I feel that. I think, like, I remember I tried to do a stream once for, like, making music, and that was, like, one of the most stressful things ever, because, like, I don't know what, like, a normal process for making music looks like, so I understand that fear.
Don't want to look like the fool.
Yeah. Alright, this question is for Andy, because it is not applicable to me. Rover Dover asks, what car do you have?
I have a Hyundai Accent. It's so little, but it just has really good mileage, so I like it a lot.
It's a cute little blue car. Wait, is it blue?
No,
I'm thinking...
It's a little
shit.
Blackberry.
I got it mixed up with Allie's car. Fuck.
Allie's car is nice.
Yo, it is nice. Okay. Alright.
But yeah, I just have a little Hyundai.
Okay, next. What's the next one?
What's your worst... Oh, sorry, yeah. Green eggs and ham asks, what's your worst fear and what's your favorite fear?
Okay, worst fear is spiders. My favorite fear is... Ooh. Okay. So I watched this video like a couple weeks ago from this channel called Local 57, I think it's called, and it is sort of like, if you know Petscop or stuff like that, it's sort of like an augmented reality type, well, actually it's not augmented reality. No, it's just a bunch of mysterious YouTube videos. And one of them was just like pictures of like human faces rapidly shifting and changing, and it was like so scary. Like I was crying while watching it and like totally speechless. Like I've never seen anything so scary that it made me like tear up. But I really liked it. I don't know, that kind of fear was just like, holy shit, I wish I could make something this scary, but this simple. Like it'd be super cool if like at some point in my life I was able to make like a scary game. That'd be really fun.
PA2's kind of scary.
Yeah, it's a little scary. But I mean like fuck you up scary.
Oh, I see.
Like not like cute furry scary, but like I want to kill people, Andy. I have a fucking
Yeah.
You
got problems.
I have a problem. I have a wish for death, okay? You don't understand. Okay, how about you? What's your worst fear? What's your favorite fear?
I think my worst fear is probably just like, well, it used to be like, I don't know. It used to be like looking at like, decomposing bodies used to scare the shit out of me, but I have grown for some reason. That doesn't scare me as much anymore. But now my worst fear is just like bugs crawling all over me.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't like bugs crawling on me. It freaks me out.
I prefer for them to be crawling on other things, honestly.
Yep.
Yep.
Not on me, but you do your thing somewhere else.
Yeah, I do remember, like, I think the only... I don't remember much about what you're afraid of, but I do know you don't like jump scares, but nobody likes jump scares. But I also know that you don't like those, like, fucking ink and mummy babies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like decomposing
Yeah.
bodies of a flavor. Like, it makes me give me a heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, no bueno.
Ugh.
Alright.
My favorite fear is getting a million kidney stones.
Well, okay, explain. Why is this your favorite fear?
So, I am like, I don't know, knock on wood, but I'm like a pretty healthy person, and most people in my family are quite healthy and live to like quite old ages. But we seem to have like kidney problems for some fucking reason, and like people in my family just keep getting kidney stones forever. And I'm like 25 and I haven't gotten one yet, so I just like live in constant fear that like I'm gonna start getting kidney stones like mad. But it's also kind of a meme, which is why it's like my favorite fear.
It is very funny. Just like, I don't know, hitting you up, being like, yo, haven't talked in a while. How's the kidneys holding up?
They're still okay. Knock on wood, please, God. I don't want to get them. They sound so painful.
They sound, oh god. Yeah, I don't even, like, pissing razor blades. Good luck with that.
Ugh. Yeah, it's coming for me someday. Please,
Yeah.
not soon.
Okay, alright, next
So-
one. For the funny blue man, what is your opinion on a lot of the fan base coming from ManlyBadassHero? Yeah. Do you know
What?
ManlyBadassHero? He did like a playthrough of like Perfect Apocalypse, and that like contributed a ton to the fandom. I think he's actually
I
pretty.
didn't know that.
Let me look him up because I want to actually know how many like subs he has, because I think he's like the biggest person who's ever played it. Yeah, 573k subs.
Holy shit, they
Yeah.
played PA? Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I'm sorry I didn't know about that. That actually kicked
Oh no,
ass.
it's totally fine. I mean, I think I watched clips of him playing it, and I was like, oh, yo, sick. I remember when like people first started doing playthroughs of Perfect Apocalypse, I would watch through all of them in their entirety, and now when it happens, it's like, I cannot possibly like watch through all of them. There's so many now. But
It's not enough hours
yeah,
in a day.
Yeah, it's still very sweet. I still watch like clips, little bits and pieces just to show appreciation. Yeah, I'm happy that he contributed.
Yeah, it means a lot to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Damn. I am Mankey asks, how long do you guys plan on making games? What an interesting question.
Yeah, till I die. I don't know, till I go blind from looking at computer screens for too long. I don't fucking know.
Oh,
What?
I'm actually stupid. I thought, okay, this is really cute because I'm on the same wavelength as you. Like, I'm just going to keep making games, like, until I drop dead face down on my keyboard.
Yeah.
But the idea of stopping making games was, like, so off the table for me that I thought this question was actually about our process for making games. Like, when you make a game, how long do you spend
is
in the planning phase?
Oh. Oh.
But yeah,
We could-
so yeah, games forever.
Games forever, yeah. Planning process, who fucking knows? I'm, like, planning the game as it's, like, coming to an end. Like, the planning does not end. Ever.
Yeah, you gotta revise what you do. You can't just, like, go from start to finish with one single plan. I
Yeah.
mean, planning in advance helps you, but only so much.
Plan A never works. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Yep. Make your minimum viable product, try it out, remake it.
Yes. Yes. Alright, second question for Andy. How does married life feel? From Cone.
It's very nice. It's very stable. I think the nicest thing about it is that I think throughout, like, your teenage years and school, you spend a lot of your energy worrying about, like, how you present yourself to, like, potential partners. Or maybe you don't. That's cool, too. But once you get married, I mean, what? Oh my god, this is not going to sound good. You stop, like, being so self-conscious about it, and you sort of just, like, want to focus on making sure that, like, you're being the best partner you can be for your wife or husband or husband.
your knees been.
I don't know what you.
Your
Yeah, your partner.
Yeah.
You just want to be a good partner, and you stop worrying about, like, all the superficial things as much, which is kind of a load off your mind, and it gives you a sort of, like, self-confidence that is hard to acquire otherwise. So it's very pleasant. Life feels very stable. It's nice. Could recommend.
Yeah, dude. I feel that, and but like, of course, like coming from a different point of view where like I've never been married, but I feel that in that I've started relationships, and at the start of them, I've always felt very fucking on edge and thinking like, huh, this person doesn't really need me. I'm pretty replaceable. But once you get like to like the committed phase where like, you know, you see each other regularly and you don't hate each other when you see each other, and it's just like, oh, they think you're nice even when you pick your nose, and you think they're nice even when they, I don't know, like, fart or whatever, send you fucking Elastigirl like saucy memes from DeviantArt, like, and you still like each other, like that's a very nice place to be in. Oh my god, am I freezing? Got something to say. We may seem as different as the night is from day. Okay, alright, now I have to kill myself. Fucking burn this shit down. Alright.
Just not good at picking songs.
It's just, what's the worst song we could pick? What would be the coolest song we could pick? Yo, My Little Pony cafeteria theme, let's go.
We had so many choices and we picked that.
Yeah, always pick the wrong choice. Anyway, okay, we were talking about, like, I don't know where I cut off at, but I guess I just wanted to say that, like, I agree. Having commitment is nice, because then you know the other person will never leave you, even if you destroy their lives. Just kidding, that's toxic. You know that you're safe and unjudged, and it just feels like family, and it feels safe and good. So exactly. I'm happy for you, dude. I'm, like, very happy for you.
Thank you so much. That's very sweet.
Aw, no problem. Okay.
Man, that was wholesome. Thank you for the question.
I think the next one you're asking.
Next question. Yeah. The ghost of JFK asks, do the students at Kimono Woods Private School all talk cat scratch?
So it's funny, when I made up cat scratch, I figured it would be more of like a visual, like written language than like an auditory one, which doesn't really make much sense if you think about how, like, I don't know, I guess,
Sort of like Latin?
Maybe. Kind of like how, you have like shared characters between Japanese and Chinese, but they sound different. But this is backwards, where you have like shared auditory, like phonetics, but you don't have shared like visual characters. So, yeah, cat scratch was just gonna be like the written script that they use that no one can hear.
Well, I think it's dope that there aren't many analogies, because that means it's unique.
Yeah, it's a unique.
Yeah. You did good.
Yeah. All right. Next one. Oh, Green Eggs and Ham asks, when did you last do a crime? There you go.
I think I might have broken COVID regulations by accident at some point, like in the last several months. So probably that. Also, I think I try and watch anime on streaming sites, so. I think those are my most heinous crimes.
That's very wholesome. I think that I too have fucked up with like COVID regulations at times. But let me think. What was my most recent one? I mean, I guess I have also streamed anime. Wow, we're such badass bitches. I remember one time I accidentally stole magic cards. So what had happened was, like, we were at I was at like Phoenix, and I got a bunch of like those 10-cent cards, and then like Connor, we were hanging out, and he put his stack of cards on top of mine, not knowing I was about to go pay for them. And so I paid for them, and I told them like, yo, these are like 50 cards, and they're like, oh, okay, and they charged me for it. But it turned out it was more like 80 to 100 cards. So I stole like,
Oops.
Ooh, I stole cards. So
shit.
So that's a crime.
Oopsie.
Am I a badass yet?
I think so.
Okay.
You're the pariah of Phoenix games.
Yeah. All right. Well then.
Eternal.
Yeah.
Eternal adds, does Patches cut the crust off his bread like a baby?
Oh no, he cuts it off like a fucking murderer, dude. He goes in, he like hides under the fucking like kitchen counter, then pops up with the fucking knife and like stabs the shit out of it. He goes diagonal first, then gets the crust off. That's how much of a fucking psychopath this guy is.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
It's an animal.
A literal animal.
Literal like butcher knife to cut the crust off.
Yeah. Wait, okay. Oculus, Pro Sparky Simp. The real Sparky Simp asks, can you guys give me some words of encouragement? I don't have much motivation and would probably help a lot of others, including me. Oh, okay. What would you say to motivate someone?
Whew. Sometimes motivating people who are down in the dumps is really difficult. I think something that would help me is trying to focus less on how much other people are achieving, because there's so much like press and information about people who are just out there and you only see the surface of their work and you don't see all the work they're putting in underneath, and it just kind of makes you feel inadequate. It kind of helps to just like try and distance yourself from what other people are doing. Try and focus on what actually makes you happy, and just make sure that you're doing things for you. And if you have to take on some kind of project, make sure that it's like a project that'll make you happy, and that you're not just doing it for other people, and that your motivation kind of comes from the inside. Like, don't try and get too much external motivation.
Yo,
I don't know.
absolutely. Yeah, 100% agreed. And, like, different people need to hear different things, so it's hard to think of, like, a sort of, like, one-size-fits-all when it comes to, like, words of encouragement. But I think, like, what Andy said is, like, pretty much applicable to anybody. Like, what works for someone else is just not going to work for you because you are not that person. I remember when I was in college, I took some time away from, like, social media, and like it was really hard for me to watch like animations on YouTube because I felt so inadequate, but it actually happened to be like the best thing ever that I was averse to watching, like looking at other people's works, because it made me focus on my own stuff. And when I came back to like appreciating other people's works, it stopped being about comparing myself to them and more about just appreciating what they had to make or had to say.
Yeah. That's like a really good experience to share.
Yeah. All right.
But dang, motivation is tough.
Yeah, motivation, holy shit. Everyone could use a little bit, but at the same time, maybe some people could use a little less and just focus on, one day getting out of this shithole of COVID and like going to the Dominican for like a month and not thinking about work. That would also be fine.
Yeah.
Like maybe some people need that. I don't know.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Okay. Does Friday Night Funkin' exist in the PA universe? Have you seen that game?
No.
Yeah, you don't know Friday Night Funkin'? It's been popping off, it sounds like. Or maybe it's just been popping off in the fucking server and that's how I hear about it. But it's like a Newgrounds game, made in the style, if you remember like Newgrounds games with like Pico and stuff. It's like a rhythm game.
Friday Night Funkin'.
Yeah, I'd say
see what this looks like.
Funk exists in the PA universe, Night exists in the PA universe, and Fridays exist. So I can't see why all those three together couldn't exist in the universe.
They play this game. Dope.
Yeah, I feel like they'd play it. I feel like Brownie would pop off on it.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, with the big paws. It'd be the hardest part is just like hitting the single keys with the big paws, but
yep.
I'm sure she can figure it out. Yeah.
So, the Cone Man asks, might as well get a question typed in here for the sake of it. Oh, this was him asking, because I have the prompt for questions on my Discord, and like nobody was home.
Dude, oh my god, I'm sorry.
But yeah, he was asking like, is there a projection for when Panel Royale will find its way onto other platforms? I guess this is me. So, I think a few months ago I said like it would take 4 to 6 months, and that was based on me implementing like the UI, revamping the main menu, making sure all the authentication and networking stuff works on mobile, and maybe adding a few features like counting how many wins certain people in private rooms have over how many games they've played. That would be fun. Having like rankings and experience that people are sort of motivated to play longer. Adding like different skins and colors for the different blocks and stuff. And I think I said that would take like 4 to 6 months, and that's still true from when I said that, but the problem is that I've spent the last like many weeks working on like a greenhouse and like other landscaping like stuff for my house instead. So it will be like still 4 to 6 months from the point at which I resume working on it, which I'm not sure when that will be. But sometime in the next few months, I imagine I'll get back in the saddle. So sorry about the delay.
Hey, that's all good. It's very exciting, like, hearing about things on mobile. And that's also, like, listening... By the way, if whoever doesn't know, like, Andy was on a podcast. He did a little podcast with some pals, and he talked about a little bit more about that.
Oh, yeah, let me plug that, actually. I'm going to post it. I'll send you a link in Discord.
Yes, yeah. Okay, yeah, when this is a YouTube video, it will be in the description below.
Cool. I'm just going to send you private message with the link to the exact episode, and in my chat I'm going to say the podcast name, which you can find on Spotify, is Arcana Archives. and there is an episode called like 90% Studios Secret Sauce, and the title is sort of like 90% Studios, but really the topic is focused on like Panel Royale, and it's only me. Denny isn't there, but I do talk about Perfect Apocalypse a bit, so you should all check it out. I think it's a lovely little podcast.
Yeah. At some point, check it out. All right. Next one from Chris1Vid. Serious question. Do you guys have any anxiety surrounding the successes or failures of your work within 90% studios or elsewhere in life? There's this second part of this question, but we'll answer that after. So, anxieties around the successes or failures of your work in 90% studios. How about you?
I kind of have some... I guess I do have anxiety about success and failure. Like, with success, I'm anxious about, like, getting thrust into a spotlight and, you know, people, like, kind of critiquing me as, like, a person and getting too much press. Stresses me out a little bit. And then, of course, I'm nervous about, like, Panel Royale, like, failing. Like, maybe it fails in some dramatic way, and then people, like, hear about my failure as, like, a programmer, and that, like, might literally affect, like, my work prospects in real life. So, yeah, failure as a programmer, like, it'll happen to you. It's really tough to avoid, but just the prospect of it does give me some anxiety, honestly, but I'm working through it. You just gotta keep pressing on.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I feel like, I do fear, like, being put on a pedestal or, like, setting standards that, like, become more, like, higher and higher and higher, which is, like, both a good and a bad thing. Like, it's always great to, like, get better, improve, and, like, shoot higher than you were before, but to have other people, like, set that standard for you and have it be, like, out of your control is, like, a bit of a scary thing. It's just something that's gonna happen, though. Like, I can fear it, but it doesn't matter. It's gonna happen, so I may as well just, like, not give it too much energy. And then another thing that I fear is just, like, the moral aspect of being, like, a creator. Like, I'm worried, like, cancel culture. Like, I used to be way more afraid of that, but I still am sort of afraid of it. Like, what if I do something wrong, or if I don't represent a point of view right, or if I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I worry about that as well.
Yeah. Which, I don't know, it's kind of nice, like, almost, like, refreshing. That's why it's refreshing working on Panel Royale, because I don't really have to think too much about that. It's just about, like, having fun blocks and a fun game that anybody can play. It's like, not, you know, about socializing. Whereas Perfect Apocalypse, like, it's very much, like, you wouldn't think it, but I guess it does tackle, like, social issues, which is hilarious.
Yeah, it's in there.
It's a critique of society, like, this furry game about gore is, like, you know, let's talk about, like, whether or not psychopathy is something that should be, like, entertained, and, like, you know, is this glorifying it? Is this, you know, shit like that I worry about.
Yeah, like, what do you forgive people for? It's a lot to dig into, actually, yeah.
Yeah, it's whack.
Oh boy. But yeah, Panel Royale, a nice break from that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just blocks. You just match blocks, that's it.
Yeah, fucking try and get Blockchain canceled. Holy crap.
Just try. Please don't.
Please. Okay, so there's a second part of this question. Do you have any advice for aspiring artists, authors, coders, etc.? More words of encouragement. Okay. All right, so yeah, we already talked about this minimum viable product. But I guess aside from that, advice for, like, people who want to, like, get started, yeah. We already mentioned this. Focus on you. Focus on a project that you like. Start small.
Yes.
There's this thing called, like, scope creep, where the scope of a project will grow and grow and grow, especially if you don't have experience, like, wrangling that in. It will happen inevitably, so that's why you always start small. And even if you think it'll be like, oh, there's not enough here to make this game, like, this minimum viable product is too minimum. It's never too minimum if you're a beginner. It's always going to grow bigger than you think.
Yes.
Yes, in terms of the workload. But yeah, just focus on making stuff, getting it out, and just seeing everything as, like, scrappable. Like, you're not being too precious with your ideas or anything that you make, because everything is sort of just meant to be a stepping stone for where you end up next. And if you're precious with every step, you will only make it a few steps.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. How about you? Have anything to add?
I think you've really, like, hit most of the stuff I would have said, but I will say something to the coders out there who are just getting started. If you're working on a project, or if you have, like, your small starter project in mind, and the complexity of it, even though that it may not be that complex, relatively speaking, if you find it to be daunting, just remember that code, unless you're copy pasting from Stack Overflow, code is written one line at a time, and the complexity of something like a game is built up by putting together, like, 100 like maybe a few hundred lines. Complex things are built up out of many very simple, stupid things. And all you have to do is write the simple, stupid things one line at a time and put it together. So, like, you can do it.
Yeah.
You know, focus on each little bitty step.
Hell yeah. All right. I guess the next one's for you to read.
Oh, yeah. Green eggs and ham. Are there any adults in Cool Kid Cody or Perfect Apawcalypse? Everyone seems to live alone in PA, and I don't recall any. It's Casey. That's actually a really good question.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, in PA, I just thought it was, like, the first game was just a joke, and I've said this before, and so I never thought to, like, put in, like, the teacher's point of view or, like, parents' point of view, because they're just dead. They're just dead. Who cares? And so, I don't know, I just couldn't find a place to fit them in with, like, PA2 and PA3. I thought it'd be funnier, and also, if you really want to read into things, sort of makes sense from, like, an Animal Kingdom point of view, where, like, animals sort of, like, humans they require a lot of nurturing, up to the point of, like, you know, even their early 20s, they'll need nurturing. But with animals, they grow up, like, 1 year old, fuck, get them out of the house, fuck them, they don't need parents. So if we want to look at it from that point of view, adults, they don't really give a fuck too much about what, like, the younger members of their community do. But that's up for speculation. There's no canon with this. If you want the real answer, it's that I didn't think of it.
Bada bing, bada boom, real talk.
Yeah. Oh, but for Cool Kid Cody, there will be parents and adults. Yeah.
That's good.
They just
Where
won't be
are
the
your
focus.
parents?
Where are your parents? Yeah, they'll have, like, some plot relevancy, but not as much as the kids.
All right. Well, follow-up question. Cone asks, do you regret not fleshing the adults out more in the PA universe?
Honestly, I don't really care. I think it's more funny without them. And it's interesting hearing people theorize. It's interesting that no one has, or at least I haven't seen anybody draw up what they think their families will look like. I did a doodle of, like, Sparky's, like, you dropping ink sacks, my guy?
I might be. No? I just inked a bit.
Anyway, yeah, I had, like, a headcanon. I drew it up of, like, Sparky's siblings, but and I do have headcanons sort of for their parents. Like, there's mentions of, like, oh, Patch's mom died 5 years ago, although that was also meant to be a joke. It was just meant to be, like, him being a little, like, shithead, just, like, yeah, just trying to guilt trip people.
Stormy and Bolt.
Stormy and Bolt, yeah. Anyway, yeah, no regrets about not fleshing out the adults.
Awesome.
All right, I guess the next one is from The Witness. What inspired the storyline behind Perfect Apawcalypse? I wanted to make a story that I could make a game out of in 2 to 3 days for a game jam. And what I learned was that you shouldn't do a visual novel for a game jam because it is 100% content and very little programming and stuff. So most of it was going to take, like, months. But anyway, the story, I don't know. I thought of it in the shower, and then I thought, how do I make this more interesting and stupid? And I thought, dogs. We'll make them dogs. Yep.
This is the creative process, people.
This is the creative process. This is write this down. Write this down. Take a shower. How you come up with a good story. Take a shower. Think about everything that you like. So I like gore, and I like my friend Andy. So I'll make a character that's sort of based on Andy, and I like my friend Allison. I'm not even sure if I based the character off of Allison. I think she may have, like, very briefly inspired, like, Coco, maybe. But
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, yeah. And so on. Just think of the people in your life that you like and write characters based off of them, and then murder them. Not because you want to murder anybody that you like in real life. No, I'm not gonna murder you, Andy. Don't worry.
Bless. Thanks for not making a game where I literally die.
Yeah. And then if you run out of ideas for things that you like, you think, oh wait, no, I like dogs. I'll make them dogs, and that's how you write.
So yeah.
All right, what's the next one?
Under Kiwi Gaming asks, turtles or tortoises?
Shit. Oh shit. This is a good question. The fuck?
Tortoises are the land ones, right?
Yeah, tortoises are, like, big boys that live for, like, 4,000 years. And then, like, turtles, I think they're just, like, whittle biddles. And also they can be semi-aquatic.
Yeah. I think tortoises are cool because, like, they got that scene from Kung Fu Panda where the tortoise is like, monkey.
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 Shit. if we're talking about in terms of aesthetics, I think I like sea turtles more. I think they're very cute. I think it'd be beautiful to go swimming with one. I saw one at an aquarium once. It was the best time of my life. Tortoises are also really cool though because they're massive. They're like dinosaurs.
They got a lot of appeal, both of them.
Both of them. I can't choose. Fuck this question. Can't answer it. It's broken.
Gatanero 2001 asks, when are you two coming to Brazil?
No, not if.
Not when.
Well, I guess I guess I gotta go to Brazil. Shit. I was gonna go to
Brazil.
If we're talking about like South America, I was gonna go to the Dominican Republic with my pals. Yeah, but that got canceled for reasons.
Someday.
Or someday.
Huh.
How about you? Ever going to Brazil?
Well, since it's not an if question, I'm gonna hypothetically say my late 20s, because I want to do a lot of traveling in my 20s. So maybe I'll just put it on the list somewhere.
Yup, agreed. All right,
Yup.
Next round from Pyrotechnic. Since each cat seems to have a differently looking arcane focus, like the wands and the orb, how is the presentation of those defined? Do cats just choose one, or does it matter how it appears? So the way that I thought of it was that they were like family heirlooms that were passed down, like from your parents and shit. So Coco's wand is actually something that'd probably be passed down from like generations ago, and same goes for like the crystal ball, and the grimoire was like has existed in that family forever, and yeah. So no, they don't get to choose. Yeah, and I imagine like they pass it down to whichever of their offspring is the most like magically inclined, which means that like Coco is like far more magically inclined than like Angel. Angel is just not worth giving him the wand. Fuck it, he's adopted anyway. Who cares about him? I'm just kidding. All right, next one.
That's a dope. Under Kiwi Gaming asks, why does Brownie like the bathroom so much?
Okay, what's your theory on this? Why is she always found in bathrooms?
I think it's because, oh boy, I'm about to drop a hot take on
All right,
you. You gotta
all right.
confirm whether this is true. But
Let's
I
go.
think that Brownie has like various dietary intolerances. Like maybe she's like gluten intolerant and lactose intolerant, and she just has like struggles with those kinds of foods. So she has to spend a lot of time in bathrooms because she's like too cool to admit that she has like dietary intolerance. And they're like, Brownie, do you want to go out for milkshakes? And she's like, yeah, Coco, I totally want to go out for milkshakes. Let's like fucking get it. And then she has to go to the bathroom forever, and that's why she likes bathrooms so much.
Dude, that actually makes a lot of sense, given that she'll like eat anything, including literal poison. So.
But yeah, she can't handle it. Too cool to admit it.
Oh. You know what? I'm neither gonna confirm nor deny. I'm just gonna say that's plausible.
Dope.
And,
that's as good as I could have hoped for.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Rover Dover asks, what causes Olive to hate bathroom flush noises apart from how loud it is? So like, Olive is based off of myself, and I grew up in a house that was really shitty. And every time you flush the toilet, or almost every time you flush the toilet, there would be like, I don't know, there's the sewer grate at the bottom, and it would like fill with like black sewage, and so that like caused me to fear flushing the toilet as a child. And to this day, I don't super like the sounds of toilet flushes. So that's where that came from.
Holy guacamole.
Yep. Don't live in Northeast Calgary, y'all.
It's not it.
No, yeah.
All right, we got another one from Green Eggs and Ham. What do you think the PA cast would be up to in a few years after the good ending of PA3? I know that there was that cute art with Sparky going to college I loved. I wondered what you both had as headcanons for where they go. Oh boy.
Oh, you first.
Okay, I don't really have much authority on this, so I'm just gonna go like lightning round. Yep. Olive, drag queen.
Yes. Yes.
Coco goes to magic college and then like drops out because they like don't like the rigmarole of it. Sparky sports professionally. Yes. Brownie eats some chocolate and dies.
Dies on the toilet.
Like literally dies on the toilet.
God, no.
Patches creates a pyramid scheme and is evil in like a capitalist way. Coco. No, wait, I already said Coco.
Coco gets 2.
All right. Coco does 2 things. Oh my god, I'm like, Angel becomes a motivational speaker. That's all I got. What do you got?
Okay, yes. Okay, so I agree. Like, Sparky. I always imagined he'd go like into like sports medicine or like, something sporty, in college.
I like that.
Yeah. And then like Olive is a dragon content. I feel
I
like
don't even know.
Olive would like, I don't know, take like a fucking like 3 gap years or something, go work at like a bakery or like a sell cupcakes and bread and shit. Eat all the bread, gets fired. Okay, I guess I'll go to college now. Goes into like, I don't know, fucking performative arts or something stupid like that. I'm so sorry for anybody here who like went to performative arts. You were valid.
No shade.
Yeah. Okay, Brownie. Shit, what the fuck would Brownie do? Brownie. Oh my god, I can't imagine her going to school. Chocolate, yeah, eat chocolate and die. I guess that's the only way. Okay, so then Patches. Patches, okay, he starts becoming like a YouTube mukbanger, and he like profits off of like drama on YouTube. But then Mittens like throws so much shade at him that he like gets canceled, and Patches like leaves YouTube forever, and then he goes to work at Dog Hooters. He gets fired from that because he doesn't have the fucking ass for it. They like they hired like Sparky on as like a temp, and like they're like, you know what, Patches, when you stand next to Sparky, you just don't measure up. I think we gotta let you go. So let him go, and he goes to work at like Rogers or something. So that's my headcanon for Patches.
Holy fuck.
You heard it here first. And then I'm not even gonna say the rest. I don't think I can. Y'all speculate. We're not gonna give you serious answers.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay. Eternal asks, will we ever see Andy throw his whole rig out the window?
Yeah, maybe if I get a new rig and I need to replace the window. Or if I have to, like, do some complicated shit in Ren'Py, like, I don't know. If we ever start making Panel Royale in Ren'Py, then yes, rig out the window, 100%.
If you make anything in Ren'Py that isn't a simple, like, click to go next, throw it out. Just burn it all down.
Out the window. Yep. So yeah, I'm just on the razor's edge, people, really. It's just, like, could be any time now.
Yeah.
Whew. Stay tuned. Mrs. Dreamless, aka Patch's Voice, asks, since I helped name 10% Tanny, would that make me their godmother?
Oh, I think that they're talking about my chair, with the googly eyes. Because, like, during a stream, I was like, what should we name it? I think it was Dreamless who said, like, yo, that's the 10%, it's this chair with the eyeballs, so. Sure, yeah, Mrs. Dreamless, you're this chair's godmother. I'm gonna have to, I don't know, I guess I'll keep the eyes on you. I was thinking, like, should I tear the eyes off when I move? But no, it'll just stay on and spook me in the middle of the night.
Nice.
Yeah. Alright, next up is from Cone. What if aliens were behind the events of Purrfect Apawcalypse series all along?
Then we'd end up on the History Channel.
Are you throwing shade at History Channel for being more like entertainment than anything?
Absolutely.
Alright, okay, I guess we're in a fight now. History Channel. Next.
Cool. Gadonero 2001 asks, how much is a counterfeit witch certificate worth in the black cat market? Black cat market. I love that name, actually.
Oh, yeah, that's genius. How much is it worth? Well, I guess, like, how much is your life worth?
Shit.
I feel like at least
12 bucks.
Yeah, $12. Yeah, $12 and a fridge full of meat. I think that would suffice. As for where you get that meat, they might be very specific as to the origins of the meat. It might be difficult to get, but yep, I'd say that's how much it's going for in 2021 with the economy as it is now.
There you have it.
All right, next up from Artemacious Kiba. What's with Patches' black paw being on his left now? It used to be on the opposite one before the remake, if I'm correct. Yeah, I think, like, I noticed that, and I was like, yo, I think I fucked up his paw. And I just wanted to make it consistent with PA2 and PA3. Like, that was always the goal of, like, revamping PA1, was just to make it not, like, an embarrassment. Like, when people play it and then they play PA2, they're like, is this even the same, like, series? Is this, like a fan game? What's going on? So that's
Damn.
why. Yeah.
Oops.
Oops. Alright, next.
Oh man.
Oculus Pro Sparky Simp asks, are there any PA ships that you personally see as canon besides Coco and Brownie?
Are there, Andy?
Sparky and Sports.
Yes, Sparking Sports. Patches and Knife.
Patches and Knife. Yep.
Yeah. Olive and literally anything that breathes, including things that don't breathe sometimes.
Yep. That's a fact.
Fact. Yes. Okay. And
Dope.
and hate ship is everybody and the church. Everybody is a blasphemous.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're
Okay.
godless heathens.
Godless heathens. Okay, next is from Tycho. Did you know that I have 3 paper plates pinned to my wall, all with different emotions? I don't know what that means, but it sounds like you have a range. And 3 emotions? That's more than I could ever muster up.
Yeah, same. My only emotion is programming. So.
Yeah. God knows, like, is it ever hard to get out of that one? Out of that emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Need some therapy for that shit. Okay. What's
433 Luke asks, tea, coffee, or soda? Let's go.
Oh shit. Okay, Earl Grey tea or black coffee. I've recently been really into super strong black coffee because I want to die. How about you?
I'm primarily a soda person. You're most likely to catch me drinking a soda any time of the day. I like tea, nothing wrong with tea, but I also like coffee. But I like coffee when it's like got hella milk in it. I like the coffee creamy.
Ooh, they get that coffee crisp. Coffee cream.
Yes. Crisp.
Crisp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been drinking a lot of soda lately. But what do you think? Because I feel like I've moved away from like having a sweet tooth. I've like grown out of it.
Healthy.
I like the light sodas. I like the peachy sodas. Arizona, even though that's not a soda, but I like Arizona's.
They're really good.
Very good. Alright, Pyrotechnic asks, what are your guys' favorite songs? You go first while I think, because there's a lot of stuff up there.
I have a lot of favorite songs too.
How about lately? How about we narrow it down to like just what you've been listening in like the past like couple weeks?
Okay, I've been all over that artist like Graham Cartness stuff lately. Like I'm just kind of like exploring all of his work. But one of my favorite songs that like is just kind of like reliably one of my favorites is "Walking on a Dream"
Ooh, yeah.
by what the frick is their name? Empire of the Sun. It was actually kind of an old song. I think that song's almost like 10 years old now, but I think it like slaps cheeks. Give it a listen.
Yeah, I remember like you were listening to it like fucking early days of our friendship, and that was how I first heard that song. It is good. It's a bop.
Thank.
Yeah.
So what you
Maybe-
into?
So okay, so recently I've been listening nonstop to I don't know how to correctly pronounce your name. Fucking Blackpink stans don't come for me. But is it like Rose or Rosie? Rose? I don't know. But she had like a new song come out called like Gone or some shit like that. It's just like a cheesy like breakup song or something, and it's just a bop. But other than that, songs that are like very reliably like I will always like I don't know rock out to are like just like pop punk songs like Green Day or like My Chemical Romance and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Trashios, thoughts on weaponizing dairy products?
If I touch dairy, I will die. Literally.
It's already
Just kidding.
weaponized. There you go.
Shit, am I freezing again? What the fuck were we talking about? Oh yeah, weaponizing dairy products. Okay, yeah. If I'm lactose intolerant, so technically it's already a weapon.
Yeah, man. It needs no more strength. It's already sufficiently weaponized.
Yeah, if anything, we need to, I don't know, unstrengthen it. Now
Yeah, really.
I am the pumpkin now.
Pumpkin chairs.
Make a pumpkin chair for yourself.
Oh, there's a bee in the way. There we go.
The bees aren't in the way. They're, if anything, you're in the way.
Oh, shit.
Bees
it's
always
true.
have the right of way.
Aw, it's true.
What if Patches and Olive's personalities are swapped with positive Patchy and psychopathic Olive? That'd be a very cool alternate universe.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
It'd be
Do
weird.
something.
Okay, so I know that we all know that Patches is Andy's favorite character, right? Andy loves getting stabbed. So if they switch bodies, who would be your favorite character then? Would you still like Patches, or would you prefer the more Psychotic Olive?
I think Psychotic Olive would sort of... Or wait. What would I prefer? Well, I think
Oh my
Positive
God, is
Patches
that
wouldn't really
weird now
vibe.
again? Ooh.
I don't know. Danny. No.
Hi. Oh.
Okay, you seem to be able to do stuff.
Okay, I got scared.
So, to me, a lot of Patch's personality is just like murder. So, I think if he wasn't murder, there wouldn't really be as much going on with him. So I think I'd probably still find Murder Olive a bit more engaging. So I think I'd be down with Murder Olive.
Yeah, if anything, even better, because they'd be super cute too.
Yep. Plus he could stab me, which I love.
Yeah. Okay, what's next?
Shine asks, do you...
Shine.
That's what the capitalization makes it sound like.
It does. It sounds like you're like trying to be like JoJo. Be like Dio.
Yeah.
Jodaro. God.
Do you have any shows that you consider a must-see? Good question. You go first.
Breaking Bad.
Dope.
Okay, but aside from that, I don't know. Like Adventure Time, Steam Universe. If you're a kid, Steam Universe for sure.
Oh yeah. There's a lot to be learned.
How about you?
Avatar: The Last Airbender?
That's a really good one.
I'm glad you
Good.
agree.
Good answer. Yeah, actually.
Yeah, that one's important.
Yeah. All right. Beanie, Heart or May asks, if there was a Grim Reaper, what would they look like? They would look like... What would be the funniest thing to look? A big floating ass?
A horse?
A horse?
I don't know. Wait, is this like in Perfect Apocalypse or is this like in real life?
I actually have no idea. We could just say in Perfect Apocalypse. But it'd be really funny if like that was like if the question was like in real life and you're just like a horse. Like the horse is the most terrifying thing to see before death. Is I see the horse coming for me. Oh my god, it's coming. I gotta go towards the light.
No, go towards the stables.
Go to the stables. Oh, but a horse in Perfect Apocalypse, that sounds actually pretty funny. Like pretty terrifying.
Be spooky.
Yeah. Either that or like a ram, because like Baphomet, it kind of looks like a ram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
But a horse also terrifying. Right.
Cool. All right, we got Heart Lady Kisser She. Heart asks, how do you feel about a possible Bald Patches X Nagito comic?
So I think Nagito is from Danganronpa. Is that where they're from? I don't know, but I feel like Bald Patches. I would just want to see Bald Patches, period. Honestly.
Yeah. Bald Patches is like got Mr. Clean handsomeness, so they can get with anybody, honestly.
Yeah, and they can get away with anything as well, just from the fucking. They slide out of any situation from how slippery their head is.
Shoop.
Okay. All right. Shade545 asks, did you take any inspiration from Hellraiser for Sparky's death when he goes alone to find Ginger in PA2, which I believe is when he is like cut open and splayed out on the cellar door.
Yeah, he gets a rough go that time.
Yeah, not a great. Would not recommend. But no, I don't
Nope.
actually. I've never seen Hellraiser. I don't know. What did I think I got inspiration from Saw, maybe, because I know that they did like an autopsy on Jigsaw or something. Spoiler alert. I don't know. Who cares about Saw? What is the plot there? It's just murder porn. But they open him up and it's like that.
Yeah. I've never seen Hellraiser either, so I don't fucking know.
Yeah. All right. What's next?
Gatonero 2001 asks, what is the tastiest fish?
Ooh. Oh my god. Like grilled, any kind of like grilled fish with the skin still on. Like, and it's like crispy and shit. And it's like, that's like good shit.
Oh yeah. I'm like down with salmon.
Yeah, salmon's dope. Unagi. A sea snake. I don't know. Okay.
Snaky.
The Stringer asks, in the PA universe, do people live in the same countries in real life, or are there new made-up countries in this universe? I
boy.
did not think that far. What do you think, Andy?
Well, I mean, the whole sort of
the whole thing is kind of inspired by like our background as Canadians, so you could I think it's probably safe to assume that their culture is probably most similar to like people living in like a Canadian city. But I don't know. I guess it just hasn't really been thought out. So IDK.
Yeah, I remember like originally I was thinking it would exist in the same universe as like Banimation, but like not in the same town. But you know, North America, with a lot of inspiration from like Japanese culture because they have like the school uniforms and stuff like that. I don't think that's very common here in Canada, or at least I've never been friends with anybody who like had to wear school uniforms. Have you?
I knew a few people. It's like a private school or a Catholic school thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, less common in general.
So, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, Bianca, thank you so much for subbing. Oh my god. Hello.
Bless.
Yeah. Okay. All right, well, so the next one is a warning says, are animal species that come from certain countries or have their names from other countries exclusive to said countries? For example, would Brazilian shorthairs only be found in the PA equivalent of Brazil? I sort of thought as far as like, you know, what animals are accustomed to certain biomes, like they would exist in the same biomes in PA. For example, zebras, probably wouldn't find them in like an Arctic town, but if there were like, unless they were like an exchange student, like you can imagine that, like you would know like what animal was like had like immigrated just by knowing what their species was. Like lions you wouldn't find in the Arctic. But as far as like, yeah, as far as like Brazilian shorthairs, that's a cat, right? I feel like if you're a domesticated cat, you could go anywhere.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Alrighty.
The Ghost of JFK asks, any tips for people who believe they have no creative abilities?
Ooh. I don't know if everybody's creative. Like humans are just inherently creative. You're problem solving every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess, I don't know. What do you think? You answer first.
Oh, sure. So yeah, I think that like perhaps you're getting discouraged by like kind of looking down a tunnel. Like you know one creator who perhaps like makes art or maybe like does programming, or maybe you like know somebody who makes music. And maybe that's giving you like tunnel vision to the scope of like human creative ability, because honestly there are so many ways to be creative in life. You know, you can make like a million different things. There's so many different ways to like express your creativity and interests in life. Like you could be like sewing, or maybe you could like be into wood carving, or be into like taking care of trees or like growing a garden. And all of these are like beautiful forms of creativity. And I'm not like trying to make a complete list here. I'm just saying like expand your view of what creativity means, and you'll find that you are a creative person. And don't be afraid to try anything and everything and just have fun with it.
Yeah, absolutely agreed. I think I feel bad for people who believe they have no creative abilities, because I think it stems from, you know, being raised maybe, I don't know, by people who won't say that, like, who make you believe like you're not a thing unless someone tells you you are that thing. So you require like outside influence to tell you that you are creative in order for you to believe that you are, which is not true. Like no one's gonna look at like a plant and be like, oh, that's not green until I said it is. Like sometimes you just are, and it's just inherently true that every human is creative. So yeah, you should just try a bunch of different things, and like just realize like, oh, I guess like I am creative in a lot of ways. Drawing this dog shitting in the margins of my notebook, that's a creative thing, and anybody can do it.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
It's like the objective, like perhaps
Quality of the things you create does not like disqualify it as being like not creative. You know?
Yeah, and so many things can stem from that doodle that you do in the margins of your notebook. Like just keep flexing those creative muscles, and you'll realize that you actually can create anything.
Yes, 100%.
Yes, eventually.
Love that answer.
Yeah. All right. Ooh, this one's from Cone. It's a tea spilling question. Is it important for you to dissociate from the fandom that plays your game sometimes? Oh, that's interesting. What's your answer, Andy?
I'm gonna answer this. Maybe I should answer this from like the perspective of Panel Royale, and then you can answer from the perspective of like Purrfect Apawcalypse.
Cool.
Just
that
to get
sounds
the spread.
good. Yeah.
So from the fandom of people that play Panel Royale, I think that most of the fans of those kind of games are like holdovers from people who played the original games like more than 20 years ago. And I think they have sort of a... What's a good way of putting it? They expect the game to function in like a very specific way. Like the mechanics of the games have to be kind of like set in stone. And I have definitely like bent the rules a little bit with Panel Royale in ways that I think make the game more fun or more approachable, I guess, or at least like easier to do online. Oh no, you died.
Oh,
Shit.
sorry.
Okay. I'll finish answering my question when you come back.
Alright. Okay, maybe we'll wrap it up after this question, actually, because I think my computer's having a hard time.
Yeah, it's dying.
It's dying.
Panini Royale.
Panini Royale.
Somebody said that in my chat. My question was too spicy, clearly. Oh, the question was about dissociating. Yeah.
Oh, so somehow my stream didn't die, but I just disconnected from Minecraft.
Oh, weird. Oh, well, that's good. It's
Yeah,
convenient.
one less thing to restart, I guess.
Yup. But
Alright.
yeah. I guess from my perspective, I have to like sort of tune out the people who are like, yo, this game isn't like perfectly implemented the way that like I remember it being implemented, and just kind of focus on the people who spend a few hours playing it and just have fun and, you know, aren't really as die-hard for the rules being a certain way. So, dissociate, no. Focus on the positives, yes.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I think I don't like personally dissociate from the fandom intentionally, so much as I dissociate from just people in general when I feel like I get too far into things. Like I tend to care a lot about what people think of me, and I recognize that as a problem. So I've been learning to like take a step back from that, and it's not necessarily because like the fandom is any certain way. It's just that people are a certain way, and I need to stop caring about what people think of me. So yeah, I hope that doesn't come across as too much tea. I don't want to throw shade at the fandom. I fucking genuinely like love the fandom and all that you guys like create and stuff. Like you give like so much life to PA in ways that like I never could, which is the fucking goal.
Yes.
That's the goal. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, and I don't mean to throw shade at the people who like take the rules of a paneled upon game seriously either. Like, I definitely appreciate the input of people who take the mechanics seriously and who are very proficient at the game. Like, I need those people to give me feedback as well. I don't mean to like throw shade at them
Oh hell
at
yeah.
all.
Yeah. You fuck yeah.
Yeah.
All
Thank
right.
you to the fans.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna put a little bookmark here. I think my computer is getting tired, so we can. Let's see. If you want, we can like pick this up like every Sunday until we're like done. I'll stop like accepting questions in the server. We're okay. I think we can do this in just one more stream because this is like page 7 and there are 8 more pages, and like I think there's like a page of like other questions that are like all just kind of like funny questions. So we should be able to knock that out in like one more stream.
Perfect. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Sweet. All right, this was super fun. I hope you guys enjoyed watching.
Somebody just
this.
followed me. Thank you for the follow, our
Thank you.
animations.
Thank you. Yeah, everybody go
Yeah, thanks so much for watching.
follow Andy. Go do it. My boy here.
Blah.
Yeah. All right, so I guess we should leave this off. We should say some terrible cancerous shit. Did you have anything in mind?
Yeah, Brownie's gonna die on the toilet.
Brownie's gonna die in the toilet. She's gonna get stuck in the toilet because she looked at Doge and was like, you know, I could get a little bit thicker. Got too thick, got stuck in the toilet, died. There you go.
Yep, passed away.
All right, bye everybody.
All right. Bye. Thanks so much.
Thank you.